Okay, as usual, there are a few more things I'd like to do before we turn our attention to these things on the back. I realize maybe what I could do is take this platform here, and I just want to move it back into here. And then I can maybe add an edge loop here, and then take this face here and extrude it out. And what I feel like that does is it just adds a little more to that there and kind of opens that up so it isn't just an empty piece sitting out there. So I want to try that. In addition, I want to maybe bevel these things right in here. So this edge right here and this edge right here, just to add maybe a little bit of interest to this. Something like that. Okay, just kind of adding that there. And also, I had mentioned some time ago that maybe we could take this and say add an edge loop. Oh, it's over on the other side. Let me go over here. And add an edge loop, say here. And bring this up. And remember how there was that little piece right there, that little trim right there? Maybe I could just add 2 edge loops here, select this ring, and then hit E and I'll hit enter. And then I want to kind of fatten that up a bit. And to do that, we can use this shrink fatten tool. You can see that the shortcut is Alt S. So I'm just going to press Alt S and then move the mouse. And you can see it just kind of pulls that out in the direction of the faces there like that. There we go. So I just wanted something like that to put that in there. In addition, now that I'm looking at this, let me do one more thing. This is the problem. You just keep seeing things that you want to do. Let me try this and this. I'm going to select these 2 edges and just press Control B and pull out a bit here. Let's try this. I'm not sure if that'll work. Yeah, that just adds a little bit more to it there. Okay. So now let's work on the things that I said we'd actually work on. Let's go to the back view and go to wireframe and take a look at these here. So at least in this image, it looks like this piece goes up right into here. And this piece begins here and curves and goes straight like that. So these are coming off of these loop pieces here on either side. So we can begin with that. What I'll do is I'll just create a new cube and scale it down. And let's bring it up here and put it right in here. So I'll scale it down something like this, maybe like that. And then I think we could just tab into edit mode and go to face mode and select that one face on the top, and we could just drag this straight up. Let's just try that. And then also what we should do is insert an edge loop right around here, and let's take this face and extrude it straight down like that. Now we're going to have to bring that back to the back of the vehicle here. Let's see if we can see it over on this side. It looks like maybe here. Let me go back and take a look at this. Yeah, so it looks like that fits in fairly well there. We may need to go back a bit and also maybe scale in the Y, S and Y, and bring that in like this. There we go. All right, so there's that piece. Now let's go back to that rear view and let's take a look at this. It looks like this piece now comes in front of this, so it's a little bit further out on that loop. Let's try this one. Shift A and let's create a cube and let's scale it down and bring it up into here and begin this one. So for this, it looks like we could scale this in the X and bring this right up here. And then once again, tab into edit mode. Let's select that face. And then what we can do, let me actually bring this forward so we can see it when we're in solid view. Let's put it in place. And then I want to use the extrude to cursor tool for this. So let's press S and Y and kind of shrink this up a bit. And I want to bring it in and put it right in here. Something like this, I think. And then let's go to the rear view again. Wireframe. Okay, so here we have it here. Now, what I can do is I can actually curve this by using a tool called Extrude to Cursor. So once again, if we tab into Edit Mode, and I come over here, if I click here and hold and open this menu and go to Extrude to Cursor, now what we can do is actually click to extrude this curve. So if I click here, 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 and here, you can see it begins to turn and make that curve. Now, there's more we need to do here. I'm going to go back to my Move tool and just take this and kind of move this in, and take this and kind of move this in. So these need to come in just a bit. Maybe I'll turn them some and adjust them, but that's a nice way to make those curves. Now I can switch back to Extrude Region here, and it gives me this little tweak gizmo here. So if we click on that and pull out, we can pull all the way up here, and maybe I'll hit the G key and move it down just a bit like this. There we go. All right, let's take a look at it. I'll go to solid mode, and there we go. So you can see that just helped get that curve there. Now, we do want it to go in front of this, and I think we've got that pretty well. I would like to maybe scale it in the Y, S and Y, and just kind of shrink that down a bit. Just a little bit like that. And then we can pull it back into that crossbar while still keeping the front of this one in front of the other one like that. So we kind of have it crossing in front there. There we go. So let's go with that. And what else were we going to do? Oh, this step right here. Let's work on that. This looks like it's a similar thing, but on the other side, like we just need to create a cube and then extrude it at an angle out. Let's see if we can see that coming out. Well, we don't have that in this view, do we? So we're just going to have to wing it. And that happens sometimes. That's fine. Let's go ahead and create a cube and scale it down. And let's go to the back view and wireframe and put this in place. So it looks like it goes, or it would go, over on the other side here like this. We'll shrink it down, scale it, and let's put it where we think it would go. I think maybe right about here. Okay, and then let's bring it forward too. So let's bring it out and put it in place right in here. So I think it looks like it's about the same width as that piece. So let's kind of go like this. And then it looks like it comes up to where this bends. So let's grab this face here. We could click and drag on that gizmo and drag it up just a bit like this. And then let's go ahead and use that extrude to cursor to turn it. Let's go to the side view, and then we can go to extrude to cursor. And then I'll just click here and here, and let's see how that works. It looks like we could go back to the Move tool, go to Face Mode, and we could probably just move that face in just a bit like this. And maybe let's just take this face now, and let's just extrude that straight out, see where that gets us. I'll hit E and pull that out like that. And that may be too angled. I think we need it a little bit more. Let me bring it up like this. There we go. I'll press Alt and click that right there. And then let's just hit G and move this up. In fact, we could even remove that. Let's hit X and dissolve edges, and that'll just straighten that up. There we go. It looks too thick to me. I'll go ahead and press S and X and scale that in just a bit. All right. Now I think we just need to add 2 of these tubes right here. We could once again cheat just a little bit and take one of these things and duplicate it. Let me switch to global mode here, and I'll just press Shift D and Y and move this out. And let's bring it up and put it in place here. G, and I'll bring it and I'll put it right about here. And let's scale it out just a bit. And then let's go to the rear view and pull that over right about there. And that looks like it's about the right width, I think. And then let's Shift D and bring this up here like this. There we go. It looks like the smoothing is causing some artifacts here. I'll select both of these, and well, why don't I go ahead and join it with this? I'll press Control J, and then let's come over here and let's turn on Auto Smooth. And do we not have it smooth? Let's go ahead and click that. There we go. And then let's drag this up just a bit like that. There we go. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. That gives some nice visual interest to the back there. All right, I think then in the next video, let's go ahead and work on this trailer hitch piece.